Hello and welcome back to some Side Mail Reacts. Is myself, Josh, we have Simon, and we have Ethan. And today we are reacting to weirdest facts about the male body.
Yo, I got a bone to pick real quick. You just said it's myself, Josh.
Yeah, you did it as well in Total.
And every comment is about how he said, he said myself.
He
Simon,
thinks so highly of himself because he said himself and then his name.
Yeah, hang on. That means there's 4 of us here today.
Yeah, it's myself.
I liked what you did.
It's myself and Josh.
Simon said, I've got a bone to pick with you on a video about the male body.
You know, if the guy in the middle shower has a beard when he turns around, this could be us 3.
Am I the ginger one?
You're wedge, Simon. What
I just chose him because he was tall. And
He's called Wedge Man, bro. Alright,
true, let's see.
You already know the male has its quirks.
Turn around,
you
mate.
probably even learned some weird facts about
Show
it
us the
from
beard.
the
Show us your
internet.
beard.
I don't think he has one.
And now you're back for more. So we did a little more digging and found even weirder facts about the male body. We're about to take things to a whole new level. Obviously, some of the weirdest facts about the male anatomy have to do with
tiny head.
but we're going to steer clear of that area.
Proportions are fucked.
If that's what you were looking forward to, no worries, it'll come later. Let's look at some really weird facts that have to do with the rest of the male body.
Flat ass.
We're going to start with the eyes. Males are better at...
No disrespect to flat asses, Simon.
Bro, look at that. Go back like 2 seconds. Look at the middle one. That is the flattest ass I've ever seen.
That's
But an arse isn't a bone.
No.
That's what I look like.
That's
what I look like.
There is no arse there.
Do you know what I've noticed as well? I think my nose is getting bigger in my old age.
Never stops growing.
Maybe
your nose don't stop growing.
Maybe your face is shrinking.
What? Your nose never stops?
Your ears and nose don't stop growing.
What?
Oh, mate.
Apparently.
Oh, that's so dead, bro.
Maybe
I used to have a nice...
maybe I'm waffling.
I thought it was just hair and nails.
Nose.
I used to have like a nice little button nose, like it suited me. But I think this chopper's just getting bigger and bigger.
Hair and
nails, yeah.
Our nose and ears are made of cartilage, and while many people mistakenly believe that cartilage never stops growing, the fact is cartilage does stop growing. However, cartilage is made of collagen and other fibers that begin to break down as we age. The result is therefore they begin to droop.
That's what my nose is doing.
So your nose and your ears are drooping.
Yeah.
But you were a lot bigger at school.
I was huge at school, but my nose
so your nose would look smaller.
Yeah, my nose has got like a lot...
Your face is shrinking, therefore your nose isn't.
But my nose has got like... My girlfriend said this the other day. She was like, your nose has got a lot of extra meat on the end. Like I can push it down. And there's nothing in the end of it. Like it's just flesh.
Shame that's the only thing with extra meat on the end. Sorry.
Yeah, I wish I had another bit of meat on the end, but fuck it.
Let's look at some really weird facts that have to do with the rest of the male body. We're going to start with the eyes. Males are better at tracking moving objects at a distance than females. But did you know that males are not as good at seeing shades of colors as women are? And the reason why is pretty crazy. Men's eyes evolved to be able to hunt animals and make quick decisions in high-stakes situations. This means their ability to track at both a distance and short range needed to be as good as possible. However, seeing different shades of those colors was not quite as important. It didn't matter what the animal's color was, just that a male hunter could track and kill it. Females, on the other hand, had a very different set of skills they needed to be proficient at in early human history.
Shit like this because I actually
One of these
learned
tasks
stuff.
was locating and gathering plants and berries. Yes, there were most likely some women who also hunted, and yes, there were most likely men who also foraged for food. But from what we can see in the archaeological record, it seems hunting of big prey was normally done by males, and gathering of plants was normally done by
why
females.
we look like that?
So it was much more important for females to be able to differentiate between various shades of the same color, especially when identifying an edible berry or one that was
That's a
poisonous
sick
and
fact,
would
you
kill
know.
you. The slight difference in shades of color between the leaves and the berries could literally
But
mean
it makes
life
sense,
or
innit?
death. Therefore, females evolved to have more sensitive eyes when it came
Men
to
were always
seeing
meant to be
colors.
gamers.
The biological reason why
reactions.
males cannot see as many shades of color as females most likely has to do with the number and arrangement of cones in the eyes of men. Cones are the receptors that capture light waves and send signals to the brain so you can see in color. There also might be parts of the brain that developed differently between men and women that contribute to this. In particular, men have trouble discerning shades of blue, yellow, and green. It's interesting to note that these are mostly colors found in plants and rarely found on animals that humans hunted earlier in history.
This is sick.
Males, which include woolly mammoths, deer, and saber-toothed tigers, cannot produce green pigment, and therefore, these animals that human males hunted would never have been green. The eyes of males tend to react more to slightly longer wavelengths of light than females. Orange may appear more red to men than it does to women, and green can seem a bit more yellow to males. It's crazy to think that the male and female eye could actually see things differently, and that's just one interesting difference between the two sexes.
This guy
Sticking with the
this
male
guy I
face,
think is colorblind.
There's another weird thing about it. When we think of men like
There
Nick
I am.
Offerman, who plays Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec, or Tom Selleck and his glorious mustache, it's easy to forget that facial hair is a pretty unique feature. It is rare that females have facial hair, and even those who do tend to get rid of it. But not men. Instead, they embrace facial hair. And the crazy part is that there are around 15,000 hair follicles on the male face alone. That's not even counting the ones on top of a man's head. Even the most baby-faced men still have no less than 7,000 follicles on their face, according to Gillette
7K
razors.
gang.
And those follicles mean that the razor industry generated
I
around
want to see Simon. I want to see you grow out, man.
I can't.
You can.
I can't.
As we go down the male body, we're going to quickly skip over that oh-so-fascinating area just below the waistline and continue to the male's feet. We know feet probably aren't as exciting as the penis for most of you, but
Chill, bro.
it can be a real fetish.
I
Jokes
quite like
aside,
feet.
men tend to have bigger feet than females. Even men and women who are the same height have different sized feet. Male feet are on average longer and wider than female feet. Men also
Mine
have
is
lower
so
arches
wide.
and longer ankles. This allows
Mine
them to
is
be
just
slightly
big.
more stable at the base of their body. The larger feet allow for more surface area to be in contact with the ground, which in turn provides more stability. Now, I know you're wondering if foot
What's
size
the
has any
sausages in?
correlation to penis size.
Oh, okay.
The answer is absolutely not. A study was conducted by 2 urologists.
I mean, I could've
that
told
is
you
a
that.
medical profession that specializes in the urinary system, which measured the feet and penis length of 104 men. They found there was no correlation between shoe size and penis size. For some of you, this is good news. For others, it might be a little disappointing. Our next stop on this tour of the male body is the gums. It's here that we may find a surprising connection between gum disease and the genitalia of men. In both males and females, the American Academy of Periodontology has found that the inflammation from gum disease might be linked to heart disease, diabetes, and even rheumatoid arthritis. It's important to distinguish between correlation and causation, but there does seem to be some kind of connection between gum health and the health of the rest of the body. In males, things go a step further. There have been studies that have connected chronic gum disease to erectile dysfunction in males.
Wow.
So for males, it's extra important to maintain healthy gums, especially if you want your penis to work properly. In a national study in Taiwan, it was found that men with
Harry's got
periodontitis,
disgusting gums.
which is a severe gum infection, are more likely to have erectile dysfunction. Again, more studies and research needs to be done, but just to be on the safe side, males should definitely start taking better care of their gums and teeth.
No need to
Another
apologise.
weird
Nothing
fact
wrong
about
with
the male
a
body
little bit
is
of
its
soft
susceptibility to
sausage.
hernias. We're now
Really?
getting really close
She's
to
got
the
work
penis.
hard, the lady.
We're not quite there yet, but after this crazy fact, you might not even care anymore. Hernias often occur when an internal organ, such as part of the intestines or stomach, pushes through a weak spot in the abdominal muscles of the body. Males tend to be more susceptible to one type of hernia called the inguinal hernia than women are. Why is this, you might ask? It's because males have more weak spots near their inguinal ring, which is where the nerves and arteries connect to the testes. These weak spots unfortunately allow the intestines and fats in the area to slip through from time to time, creating a hernia. Women also have an inguinal ring, but the weak spots are not as large as the male.
Is it serious?
Therefore, men tend to be more susceptible to hernias. We finally got to the moment you've been waiting
Damn
for.
them legs.
It's about to get real weird and crazy in this
a
video,
cock.
so get ready.
Here we go.
First, the good news. If you have a penis, it's about twice as long as you think it is. That's probably really exciting for many of you. Now let's be clear. About half the muscles that make up the penis are inside the body. This is because the sex organ needs to be connected to the rest of your body systems so it can, work. If you were to dissect a human male and take
So
out
the
the
average
entire
size is
reproductive
like
system,
10
you would see
inches.
that about half of the penis is within the body. And
It's
when
huge.
measured,
He's
the
huge.
penis
Look at the
is
cock on
twice
this
as long
guy.
as what can be seen just on the outside. Now the bad news. There's a disease that can actually curve a man's penis into the shape
Curve
of a
on, dude.
boomerang. The disease is called Peyronie's disease, and it happens when scar tissue develops on the penis. It causes it to curve, and as a result, erections can be incredibly painful.
Oh.
Some males that have Peyronie's disease only have a slight curve, which means getting an erection is bearable. But as the penis becomes more and more bent, things can get bad. So bad, in fact, that Peyronie's disease can curve the penis to an angle where the male can no longer have sex. And if that wasn't unpleasant enough, the disease can also cause the penis to shorten in length. It's a regularly terrible illness for the males of the human species. Most of the time,
love
they
that.
need to have their penis operated on in order to reverse the condition. The sooner treatment begins, the better in this case. Now let's get real weird. Take a guess when a male can achieve his first erection. And now buckle
penis
in,
to kids.
because what we're about to tell you will blow your mind. A male can get his first erection before he is even born.
Booyaka!
Human males have been recorded to have an erection.
Booyaka! I've been busting
Your
since
son's having
95.
an erection.
I've been busting since 95.
Imagine like the
Wait,
first
so
scan you
Ethan,
ever
you're
is just
saying-
you with an erection.
No, sorry.
You had an erection while
Yeah,
in your
you
mum.
said you said you were bussing as well. So
You said you had an erection in your mum.
Oh, this is a howler.
And you said you were
did
busted.
say that.
You said you were busted.
You
so
bust
you busted
inside
as well.
your mom.
Oh, this is a
You just said that.
Hey.
Oh, this is a howler, lad.
It's like, hey, been busted since 95.
I got so excited. Oh, no, we're
It's the gravity of what you just said is just sinking in.
Oh, this is the worst side of
Hey,
Erection video I've ever been in.
imagine if the nurse said this to your
Son's having
like, to your wife. Your son is having an erection.
He's having an erection. He's having one. He's
That is funny. If your first ever scan of like you as like a fetus
got
is
Chopper
you,
up.
but you jog on
his chopper's fucking just rock hard.
the size of his head.
Your baby's got 2 heads. Oh no, he's just having an erection.
Is that
Seems
his
to
leg?
occur
No,
when
no,
the
no.
fetus is experiencing REM sleep.
fucking
It's
hell.
also totally not uncommon for the baby to be born with an erection.
What?
Imagine being the proud parent of a baby boy, and as he's born, he has a full-on erection. That would make for an embarrassing first picture when welcoming your baby to the
No,
world.
that'd be sick
No
pic.
one is entirely sure why a developing fetus or newborn needs to have an erection, but it may just be the body's way of testing out the equipment to make sure everything's in working order. And if male babies having erections didn't weird you out, this next fact definitely
no.
will.
Oh no.
We know that males can get an erection as a fetus, baby, and when they're fully grown, but what about when a man dies?
No.
Well, you probably guessed now where this is going. The death erection, also known as angel's lust, happens after a
busting on
man
my way out as
passes
well.
away. This may
He looks
just
like
be
he's
an
busted.
involuntary response in some males, but it gets weirder.
I've been
Death
busted my
erections
whole
have
life.
been recorded in the past as most commonly occurring to men who were killed by hanging. Now, we know the
so
guys
just
are
have
into
a
some
throbbing.
pretty kinky stuff,
Has he
and
got-
perhaps choking is a turn-on for some, but scientists think a death erection by hanging probably has more to do with the noose pressing on the cerebellum at the back of the head than being into BDSM. However, death erections have also been recorded in men who have been killed by gunshot and poisoning, so it may be that human males are just horny, even in death. Our final weird fact about the male body may tickle you a little, literally. There's a part of the genitalia in males called the cremaster muscles. These muscles are wrapped around the male's testicles. They're fairly sensitive and have a reflexive reaction similar to when a doctor hits the area just below your kneecap. Normally, these muscles are used to pull the
You just
testes
bust
closer to the
immediately.
body when things get cold. However, there's another way to get these muscles to react. If the side of a man's upper thigh is stroked in just the right way, the cremaster muscles engage and contract on the same side that's being stroked. This can cause the male's body to unintentionally pull the testes up toward the abdomen until the muscles relax once again. So if you want to see a
Oh
male
my
body
God.
do something pretty weird, try experimenting with the upper part of their thigh. The male anatomy is full of wonders, from large feet to eyes that don't see certain shades of color. A man's body is quite the enigma. Just remember, there is more to men than just their weird genitalia.
Yeah,
now
there
watch
is.
weird facts about the female body, or check out what is persistent genital arousal disorder.
Wow, I learned something
sex
today.
I've
disorder.
learned a lot today.
Have you guys
Wow.
ever seen?
Even been busted since 95.
Hey, listen. Well, Faith just got back in the room. Hey, Faith, did you know that babies, baby boys especially, can have a boner inside?
What do you mean,
their bum?
especially? Only?
So, yeah, well, only baby boys.
Especially.
Yeah,
They can
only.
get they can
And they're
get
born with a
boners
boner.
inside. They can be born with a boner.
And you can
they
die
say
with
it's
a
just
boner.
You can die with a boner as well. Can die. If you hung me now, I'd get throbbing.
She's like, finally.
Alright, well, thanks
Wait,
for
wait,
watching,
wait, wait.
guys.
Have you seen? There's a TikTok really quick. There's a TikTok where some guy he basically dips his balls in. You don't see the balls. He dips his balls into stuff and can taste it.
Soy sauce and that. Yeah, apparently I tried it. It
Did it
didn't
work?
work for me. No, it didn't work for
You
me.
can
Yeah,
taste
I
it.
did-
Yeah, he's
No, I did my-
blindfolded,
yeah.
and his girlfriend
Yeah.
basically gives him something. He dips his balls in it, and he can tell what it is.
Yeah, it's soy sauce especially, Josh. If you got any soy sauce in the gaff, put some in a bowl and dip your balls in it and see if it works, because it didn't work for
And
me.
it's what you just take that in your mouth, you can taste soy sauce.
Yeah, apparently. It's a new Zerka Thursday's coming up. Can my balls taste things?
That's my comeback.
Eating the Sidemen
Yeah.
Sunday food through my balls.
Right, lovely.
Peace.